Good evening and welcome. You're watching the news track. I'm Rahul. Is Karnataka Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot justified in according sanction for prosecution against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the MUDA scam? Or did the governor act in a malified political and partisan fashion? That big political face-off is my top focus on the news track tonight.
ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರಿಗೆ ಮೂಡ ಹಗರಣದ ರೂವಾರಿ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರಿಗೆ
Karnataka MUDA scam heat rises. Land scam flashpoint escalates. BJP on war path, smelling blood. Governor clears action. Court steps in. Sidhu on backfoot. Gets breather. MUDA rumble quakes Karnataka. Big focus on news track.
The showdown over the MUDA scam is escalating in Karnataka, with the governor sanctioning the prosecution of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The Congress is up in arms. Party leaders took to the streets today demanding the governor's resignation. The BJP and the JDS, on the other hand, are demanding the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah.
It's protest versus protest in Karnataka over MUDA scam. The Congress is up in arms against Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot, demanding his resignation after he gave the nod to investigate Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the MUDA scam. Party workers blocked roads and shouted slogans accusing the governor of being a puppet in the hands of BJP and JDS.
So just to character assassinate him, just to disturb this government, just to derail the administration, the central government, BJP and these people have hatched a conspiracy. So when a governor behaves like this, we have nothing to hide, we have nothing to fear. But this is unconstitutional.
On the other hand, the BJP and JDS legislators protested in front of the Gandhi statue at Vidhan Sauda, demanding Siddaramaiah's resignation.
One side it is the Congress which is protesting against Governor for granting prosecution against Karnataka Chief Minister CM Siddaramaiah after carrying out a Padayatra. Now the BJP is protesting in front of Vidhan Sauda demanding the resignation of CM Siddaramaiah, and they have also alleged that if Siddaramaiah continues in the power, he can influence the investigation.
When Governor has acted as per the rule, as per the prevailing rules, he, Chief Minister himself giving call to the agitation is totally unconstitutional. So Bharatiya Janata Party, we have been demanding the resignation of the Chief Minister based on the scandal that has been going on from last couple of months.
Siddaramaiah has filed a writ petition in the Karnataka High Court against the governor's decision. The Congress claims there is a conspiracy to destabilize its government.
ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ. ರಾಜಭವನವನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದವರು ಷಡ್ಯಂತ್ರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಮಸಿ ಬಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ದುರುದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
The governor gave sanctions to investigate Siddaramaiah based on a complaint filed by an activist. Siddaramaiah's wife faces allegations of undue benefits and land allocation by the Mysore Urban Development Authority or MUDA. The authority allotted her land in a developed locality allegedly worth more than the land acquired from her by MUDA.
Till the last up irregularities, misuse, fraud and misuse of the power, this illegal gain, everything is made by the Siddaramaiah and family members. They are doing. There is no doubt. There is a lot of documents are available.
The Congress High Command has backed Siddaramaiah in the MUDA case, forcing his detractors within the party to close ranks behind the Chief Minister.
The Congress has alleged that Governor Thawarchand Gehlot has been acting at the behest of BJP-led central government and has been acting as their puppet. The BJP too launched similar protest in front of Vidhan Sauda, demanding for Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's resignation. However, the Chief Minister himself and his deputy D.K. Shivkumar has made it very clear that there is no question of Siddaramaiah's resignation and he will continue being the Chief Minister of Karnataka. With camera person Shivu, Anaga Keshav reporting for India Today from Bangalore.
What is the MUDA land scam all about? At the center of it is 3.16 acres of land in Mysuru. India Today's Sagai Raj travelled to Mysuru to investigate the alleged irregularities that Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is accused of. Here is this ground report.
Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah finds himself at the centre of the MUDA land scam. The controversy revolves around the alleged irregularities in allotment of compensatory sites. At the heart of the scam is 3.16 acres of land gifted to the Chief Minister's wife by her brother. India Today travelled to Mysuru to get to the bottom of the issue. This is where the land in question is. This is where it all began in Kesare village. In 1996-97, the Mysore Development Authority acquired this 3.16 acres of land by paying compensation of 3.7 lakh rupees to a local farmer. In 1998, this land was dropped from land acquisition. 6 years later, in 2004, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's brother-in-law Mallikarjun bought the 3.16 acres of land from the son of the original owner who had died. India Today tracked down Manjunath Swamy, the son of the alleged original owner. In his first and only interview, Manjunath Swamy claims that the sale of land itself was illegal since signatures from all stakeholders were not obtained.
ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತೀರೋಗಿದ್ದು 22/8/1988ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ತೀರೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈಚೆಗೆ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ನಂತರ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ದೇವರಾಜರವರು ಈ ಥರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಖಾತೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ನಾನು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿಯಿಂದ ಅವರು ಸೈನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು. 98ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆದೇಶ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ತಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಇವರು ವರ್ಗಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದಿಂದನೇ ಇವರು ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ?
ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಯವ್ರಿಗೆ.
In 2010, this 3.16 acre piece of land was gifted to Parvati BM, wife of Siddaramaiah. 4 years later, it was allegedly acquired illegally by the Mysuru Urban Development Authority, with Siddaramaiah's wife requesting MUDA to provide a plot in place of the lost land. Siddaramaiah's 2018 poll affidavit listed the value of the 3.16 acres of land at 25 lakh rupees. These were the plots that were offered to the Chief Minister's wife in compensation, 14 in total in Vijayanagar. The 2023 Siddaramaiah poll affidavit showed these 14 plots with his wife received in lieu of village land with a value of 8.33 crores. Politics aside, the entire saga has raised some key questions. How did someone who was not the title owner of the land sell it to the Chief Minister's brother-in-law? Was there a deliberate attempt to gift the land to the Chief Minister's wife to get litigation land transferred? Why was the real owner of the land not compensated if Inam Holders Registry was cancelled? Siddaramaiah has denied all charges of irregularities, saying that his wife was awarded compensation when the BJP was in power and that it was her right.
We are at Kesaru village in Devanaru layout, and this is a said land where the entire center stage and controversy of MUDA scam started. And this is a land which belongs to one Mailari. The activists feel that despite MUDA acquired this particular land, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah was quite aware, but still they have went and made a sale deed which is illegal. With Shivamurthy Sagaraj reporting for India Today, Mysuru.
The BJP is demanding that Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah step down. The Congress is trying to push back against this political onslaught. Joining us now live and exclusive from Karnataka is one of the senior most ministers in the Congress government in the state, Dinesh Gundu Rao, the Minister for Health and Family Welfare in the government of Karnataka. Thank you very much, Mr. Gundu Rao, for joining us. I want to start by the principal contention made by Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot in the prosecution order against the Chief Minister, which is essentially that while he is in office as Chief Minister, he cannot be supervising the probe. At this moment, the probe that's been ordered, the judicial inquiry, will ultimately come and hand its report to the Chief Minister. On the ground, all the bureaucrats, the officials on the ground all report in ultimately to the Chief Minister, and therefore while Siddaramaiah stays Chief Minister in the state of Karnataka, an impartial inquiry is not possible. Let's start from there. How do you respond to that concern, Mr. Gundu Rao?
So, you mean to say that all the investigative forces and all the administration are non-transparent? They are they work at the whims and fancy of the Chief Minister? You don't have any trust on the police, on the Lokayukta, on the investigative agencies? We know how the central government is misusing IT, ED, everything. Isn't that what Mr. Modi is doing? Isn't that what the central government is doing? They are misusing all these agencies. And on top of that, here what's happening in Karnataka, it's a political conspiracy because our Chief Minister has not done anything wrong. There is no document to show that he has done anything wrong. There is no even a preliminary inquiry to show that he has done something wrong. Nothing. He was not in power when it happened. It was the BJP government which sanctioned the land. It was the BJP government which approved the entire process which happened in the Mysore Development Authority. It was they who brought in these rules, and it was done during their period. In fact, the same application was there when Mr. Siddaramaiah was the Chief Minister. For 5 years, the Chief Minister didn't do anything because he said, as long as I am the Chief Minister, let MUDA not take any decision on this issue. So he stayed above board, and he is 100% on the right side. But a figment of somebody's imagination, a complaint has been filed, and the governor conveniently issues a show cause notice immediately within 12 hours. There is a case against the Central Minister, Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy, where a preliminary investigation done by the Lokayukta has found him guilty of illegally granting mines to the extent of 550 acres and the loss of thousands of crores to Karnataka. And a preliminary inquiry has found him guilty, and the Lokayukta has asked the governor for permission for prosecution, and it is lying in the governor's table for the last 10 months. He has done diddly about it, and then some unknown person files some stupid complaint with no basis, and the governor immediately acts. So doesn't this show what the governor is doing? He is doing, at whose basis is he doing it? And the Raj Bhavan has been converted into a political office of the BJP. This is vindictive politics. This is conspiratorial politics. This is the cheap politics that the Bharatiya Janata Party under Mr. Modi is doing across the country, and this is another example of that.
But there is a past precedent here.
This whole thing is a joke. There are serious...
In 2011, the then Karnataka Governor H.R. Bhardwaj approved sanction against the then Karnataka Chief Minister Yedurappa on a charge of corruption. At that time, Abhishek Singhvi, who now heads the Congress's legal cell, had argued that it's the governor's discretion to decide over such matters. So you can't take one position when it suits you in 2011 and completely, if it was the governor's prerogative, then it is the governor's prerogative now.
Rahul, don't confuse the two issues. That time the governor didn't act in haste. He didn't act immediately as soon as he got the complaint. He acted immediately. No. Second thing, there was already a Lokayukta report. Mr. Yedurappa was found guilty by the Lokayukta Sanjay Hegde, there was so much proof, there was evidence. So, and it was a denotification. When he was Chief Minister, he has taken the decision on the file. Here Mr. Siddaramaiah is not there anywhere. This land was legally bought by his wife's brother. His wife's brother donates that land to his wife, and his wife's land is illegally acquired by MUDA. And after illegal acquisition by MUDA, MUDA realizes that they have developed his wife's land without taking their permission. And in exchange for that land, after many years, more than 10 years, then they decided during the BJP government, by the BJP chairman, with the BJP minister, with the rules made by BJP, to give alternate land to the Chief Minister, Chief Minister's wife. So CM has not asked for this piece of land. CM has not written anywhere, and he is not in power. He was not holding any executive position. So Yediyurappa is the most corrupt person this Karnataka has seen, one of the most corrupt chief ministers that India has seen. And he was a damning indictment by the Lokayukta Sanjay Hegde. So don't compare this corrupt man to our Chief Minister Mr. Siddaramaiah.
Sir, but
so please don't, these are two
terrible
totally different
optics.
cases.
Now listen to what you are saying, sir, that the MUDA took away the land. Now if it was anybody else's land, and if the Mysore Urban Development Authority took it, they would not be giving this kind of compensation. The fact is that this exposes the underbelly of Karnataka politics. It's not just those in the Congress, even those in the BJP. Many real estate barons, officials, they all benefited, and this is in some ways what is wrong with Karnataka's politics. Would it not have been better when this charge was first leveled, as was suggested to the Chief Minister, that he should give up this land? Say, okay, since this controversy has reared its head, I want to give up this land.
So convenient, Rahul. So convenient for you to say all this, Rahul, because this is not done by the Chief Minister. It was his wife's property, not even his own property. Okay, and as per the rules, the MUDA has given him, and they have given such kind of lands to people who have. And first of all, MUDA has illegally taken over the CM's wife's land, illegally, without informing them the land was developed. And once they realize that this land was developed, then they've asked for this, and they've taken many years to give an alternate land, and he didn't decide it when he was Chief Minister.
But look at the value of the land that has been given in return. So the Mysore Urban Development Authority,
what is the value of the land he lost?
Which is essentially at that time village land.
What is the value of the land he lost?
Prime plots to Siddaramaiah and to the others. So what you got is worth much more than what you gave up.
No. Who's saying this? How do you know this?
So we sent reporters on the ground, we did a full ground evaluation, we spoke to real estate experts over there. The fact is that the value of the land that has now been given in Vijayanagar is worth much more than the land that was taken. Usually the compensation is lesser than market rates. In this case, because of the personalities involved, they seem to have got land worth more than what was taken.
I'm sorry, that is your own perception. That is not the truth. And firstly, this was not done by Mr. Siddaramaiah. It was done by the BJP. When the BJP Chief Minister was there, when the BJP Chairman was there, and Mr. Siddaramaiah never has he asked, give me this land in lieu of this land. He has let MUDA decide, and the MUDA Chairman was BJP, the members were BJP. But the basic thing is, this is a conspiracy, Rahul. You should understand. They want to tarnish the name of Siddaramaiah. Because BJP was humiliated in this election, Mr. Modi was humiliated because he campaigned continuously in the state and they lost badly. And this is a perfect system. This is a standard operating procedure. Hoist a case, get all these constitutional authorities involved, then say, oh, there's a cloud over the Chief Minister, oh, you should resign. This is like a typical, conspiracy that the BJP hatches everywhere. Their people are not touched. Why is Mr. Kumar Swamy's case? Why is Mr. Nirani from BJP? Why is Mr. Shashikant, the Srimati Jolle's case? All Lokayukta, police inquiries done, Lokayukta inquiry done. They have been found guilty. All those people's cases are in front of the governor.
I will ask a senior BJP leader, Ashwat Naran, this question in a moment. But before I let you go, Mr. Dinesh Gundurao, I will ask this question in just a moment. I also want to welcome Dr. Ashwat Naran, former Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka. He joins us. But before I let Dinesh Gundurao go, there are those who think that this has got to do with some internal power struggle within the Congress party, that because there is a rift at the top, therefore number 2 is planting against number 1, that a lot of this has to do with Shiv Kumar's hope that he can somehow trip Siddaramaiah and become Chief Minister. How do you respond to those concerns?
No, this is all daydreaming. In fact, let me tell you, I'm happy Ashwat Naran also is there, that this has actually strengthened the Congress. It has strengthened the Siddaramaiah's hands, and the people also of Karnataka know that what Bharatiya Janata Party is doing, because they're led by corrupt people. Mr. Vijayendra is one of the most corrupt people Karnataka saw. When his father was Chief Minister, he was looking at all the files unofficially. Ask Ashwat Naran ji, he also minister there. One of the most corrupt people are heading Karnataka's BJP. And Mr. Kumar Swamy, his case is very clear. The governor is not giving prosecution, a sanction for prosecution. So, you think people are going to believe these characters? And Siddaramaiah's career for more than 40 years has been a flawless, unblemished record. So, this is going to strengthen Mr. Siddaramaiah, it's strengthening Congress, and I want to thank the BJP that they have been able to help the Congress to unite further, strengthen the Congress further, and this is going to end in a huge humiliation and a backlash for Bharatiya Janata Party.
Dr. Ashwat Narayan, Dinesh Gundu Rao asks a very important question, that at this moment, the Lokayukt has petitioned Governor Thawarchand Gehlot seeking permission for prosecution against Senior Minister Kumaraswamy because there's a case about a company called Venkateshwara Minerals, which has given 550 acres of mining assets when Kumaraswamy was Chief Minister. Now there is a case that has been put out by the Lokayukta and they are seeking sanction. But the governor is sitting on this request, sitting on 12 other requests. Very quickly he gives prosecution sanction against the current Congress Chief Minister. How do you respond to this, Mr. Ashwat Narayan?
Already this matter has been heard in the High Court. Already the case was quashed in the High Court. Now the matter has been heard in Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has given a stay with regard to this issue. Now, already the judicial process, entire judicial process, the matter was heard. They are talking about the case already, the judicial process where it was set in and the matter was quashed, and they are going back for the postmortem, which already the issue was closed. Now it is a present issue where Congress has been caught red-handed. If you start from the very beginning, Rahul, will be surprised that they have been defending a very bad case where the Chief Minister has been caught and his family has been caught red-handed with how they were upspurred the entire land belonging to the MUDA, the government land, how they have taken over. Starting from Devraj, how Devraj was able to inherit that property. From the inheritance to sale of the property, denotification, conversion, in all the stages, it is very clearly evident how they have clearly misused, abused, they went against the law of the land.
The land that he was allocated happened when your government was in power. It didn't happen when Siddaramaiah was in office. The problem with the argument you are making is...
Rahul, you should, I think...
that the allocation of the alternate site happened on the BJP's watch.
No, I'll not take much of your time.
Sir.
No, I'll just, let me make it very clear. Let me start from beginning, I'll just take only 1 minute. From the inheritance from Mr. Devraj, from the Devraj to the sale of property to his brother-in-law, from his brother-in-law to his wife, you should see all this process. Even the person who has sold the land has got no right to get that inheritance because it was in his father's name. From his father, when he was alive, he could nowhere inherit this property. And denotification and the entire process, it was a big family. He had no right, no business. All the stage, they have subverted, they have misused. Okay, finally coming even to the allocation of land. Okay, when was the application made for the allocation of land? He had made a request in the 1999 rules and later in the present rules. Even in present rules, the allocation, the land was available in the same place where they had surrendered the land. Okay, whatever available the land, okay, they had legal rights. Okay, even if you take that, it is not there. Very clearly, all this process entirely, it is evident. You imagine a IAS officer, Venkata Chalapati, went with a preliminary investigation. He gave a report and it was alerted by their own MUDA chairman. The MUDA chairman told here it's a case of 5,000 crores scandal. 5,000 crores scandal is happening, was intimated, communicated. See, more than this 14 sides, it is the biggest scandal what has happened in the Mysore MUDA in the present government. About 5,000 crores scandal has happened. Yes, the chairman himself has alerted the government, so-and-so is happening, and you need to stop immediately. That kind of scandal of that size, more than 1,500 plots, has been observed illegally by many of the
supporters. But you aren't answering my
followers,
question. I have a very simple question, sir. Siddaramaiah was sworn in again as Chief Minister of Karnataka on the 20th of May 2023. This allocation of land happened in 2021 for 14 housing sites by the Mysore Urban Development Authority under a 50-50 scheme. Yeah. So if it happened in 2021 when Siddaramaiah was in opposition, if something went wrong, it happened on your watch, sir.
No, just listen, Rahul. They had requested in the old rules, okay? Even if the land acquisition, even the land cannot be given in the retrospective, it has to be prospective. Whatever rules, 50-50 scheme was not even applicable to this gentleman. For his family, it was
not
but
you did it. If there is a problem, it is with the government at that time.
Even if
they are the ones who gave the sanction.
During our, just Rahul, even they had given during our tenure, if it was allotted in MUDA, the same was not ratified by the government of Karnataka. You should know that the government of Karnataka turned down this very proposal. Turned down the very proposal in government of Karnataka, it was turned down. But it was only given in MUDA. Let me make it very clear. Being an opposition leader, he should have been the shadow of the government. Instead of being a shadow, he was only the collaborator, you know, busy being the fence, eating into the land. So the fence itself was getting into the land, and this is what has happened. This is how he has responsibly, such a neat, clean, Hublo man, who has done redo. He is famous for all the scandals. Even he had weakened Lokayukta. He had withdrawn the powers. He had covered up many cases was against him in Lokayukta. Such a terrible. Now I want to ask Congress, are they for the democracy? Are they for the constitution, to protect the constitution? Are they protect to love the land? What are they trying to do? Protect one corrupt person, putting at stake the entire Congress party, and shamelessly defending a case of 5,000 crores. Along with Chief Minister, it's a large beneficiary, 1,500 crores.
But many of them, sir, the Karnataka government has put out details of who all got land under the same scheme. Many of them are BJP members. You're making it seem as if Siddaramaiah did a scam. There are many BJP beneficiaries also.
Who is stopping them? See, that is all. That is whatever is there, even if BJP beneficiary, if they are there, who is stopping them? What do you mean by that? You think you can loot the government property? Whoever it is, who can loot the property, are they not having shame? They came against, you know, taking up the corruption as a main issue, fighting against corruption. They said we're going to clean up, do this, do that. They are the helm of affairs of looting every day, transfer scandal. Every day it is only looting. Marishi 100% loot, 100% pay CM. What kind of statement are they making? They're threatening, intimidating the opposition. We'll put you this, that. You don't open mouth against us. What is this? We don't care. We are not just caring. We want to expose this. It's just a beginning. It is just a sample what has started. Everywhere, if you go and see, it is only scandal, looting every day. It is only a loot. Governance has failed, lawlessness, and payments, transfers against payments. Such a worst government.
Okay.
Rahul, you can't see in the history.
What do you intend to do next? The Karnataka High Court has given a partial relief to Siddaramaiah. What do you intend to do next?
What is relief? What is their relief? Nothing relief. Just a matter has to be only, the hearing date has been postponed. Until then, no action to be precipitated. Even the People's Representative Court, you can't take any decision. That's what they have said. But anyhow, matter will come up. Nothing can stop. See, it is very clear. It is very clear of the law of the land, how they have misused. It is clearly evident. You can't get away. Then why you would have ordered an Venkata Chelapati one-man inquiry, then IAS officer, then why Judicial Commission, why he didn't come up on the floor of the House to discuss, debate. In the previous day of the session, he just went ahead and ordered for a Judicial Commission. Shame on him, being a senior politician of 50 years track record in this graceful age, graceful time. You should have done better things, not being a bad example, a black mark on the history of Karnataka. It's a real shame for Karnataka.
I'll leave it there. Dr. C.N. Ashwat Naran, former Deputy Chief Minister Karnataka, for joining us on this broadcast and putting out the BJP's perspective. Thank you. Under fire, the Congress is turning the heat on the opposition in Karnataka. State Urban Development Minister has released a list of BJP and JDS leaders who also got compensated by MUDA. The state government has also launched a probe into land allotments between 2006 and 2024.
Singed by the MUDA land scam, the Siddaramaiah Sarkara has turned the tables on the opposition. To counter the allegations by BJP and JDS against the Chief Minister, Karnataka Urban Development Minister has released a list of beneficiaries who were also allotted compensatory land by the Mysuru Urban Development Authority. The list includes the names of H.D. Kumaraswamy, JDS MLAs S.R. Mahesh and G.T. Devegowda, MLC CN Manjegowda and BJP's S.A. Ramadas and H. Vishwanath.
It is all a bogus propaganda. No illegal has been done by my government or the chief. Everything has been done in the BJP government. They are the kings and they are they have created all this scam. They are the kings of scams in Karnataka.
The Karnataka government has also ordered a judicial probe into the MUDA allotments from 2006 to 2024. It will submit its report to the government within 6 months. Will this open a new can of worms in Karnataka? Bureau Report, India Today.
We've heard from senior political representatives from both parties. I want to throw this open. Joining us on the broadcast is TV Mohandas Pai, one of Bangalore's best-known citizens, chairperson at Iron Capital. With us also is Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate in the Supreme Court. We've got Syed Abbas, political analyst. Brajesh Kalappa joins us, and we've got Bhaskar Rao as the spokesperson of the BJP. I want to go across to Mohandas Pai first. Mr. Pai, politics aside, how do you as a citizen of Karnataka and Bangalore see this current crisis? The fact is that this land allocation happened at the time the BJP was in power. The fact also is for the Chief Minister to be taking such prime land just looks terrible optically. That just looks as very messed up. It also shows how messed up Karnataka politics is, where each person when they're in power is trying to scratch the back of the other, and that cycle continues regardless of which party is in power.
Well, Rahul, my view is, look, it happened much before he became the Chief Minister. That's what the news item says. It didn't happen after he became Chief Minister. If something had happened after the Chief Minister, you can accuse him of being directly implicated in what happened. Definitely, there's a conflict of interest. There seems to be some favoritism because if you look at the value and everything else, and if the Chief Minister says that his wife's land was encroached by MUDA and they did not know about it for many years, I think it's hard to believe, primarily because he's a very powerful man. He knows everybody in Mysore. His family is well known. And if a well-known politician's family, especially if he's been the Chief Minister, his wife's land is encroached by a government agency and all this happens, well, that is very hard to believe. But the fact is that from whatever we know, it happened before. So now it has become a controversy. And of course, the governor has given sanction to prosecute the Chief Minister. I think it has gone to the court. From what we hear, that the court has said is postponed to the 29th.
Do you think there's reason for Siddaramaiah to resign, or do you see this just as being a political face-off between the two prime parties there?
Well, I would say that we have to wait for the court's decision to see whether the court accepts that the prosecution will continue. If the court accepts the prosecution will continue, then I think being the tall leader that he has been before he became Chief Minister this time, he will have to consider stepping down. Let the court decide whether there's a genuine case, whether there is something that directly links him to any corruption, any undue influence or whatever it is, because he became CM from whatever we know after this whole thing happened.
Sanjay Hegde, the prime argument of the Congress is that the MUDA land was acquired illegally. Now you're listening to the likes of Mohandas Pai say, this is land that belongs, either he was Chief Minister or former Chief Minister at different points in time. The Mysore Urban Development Authority is highly unlikely to come and acquire land illegally without them knowing. So all this seems to be post-fact. We didn't know that MUDA was acquiring a land. When land is acquired, everyone whose land is being acquired, even if it's a common farmer, finds out. This just makes the Chief Minister look as if he has, his hand all soiled up. Do you think he's not acted properly? Do you think it would have been better for him to just step aside or at least offer this land back till this inquiry is completed?
Well, let's get the facts right. There was this land which was acquired by MUDA, and MUDA has this policy of giving developed land in return. The allegation seems to be that the developed land was much more than the entitlement. But all this happens at a time when Mr. Siddaramaiah is an opposition politician. So he obviously did not handle the file at that point of time. The question is there criminality which needs to be investigated? And after investigation, whether it has to be prosecuted. And the provision is specifically designed so that frivolous complaints do not get entertained. Normally, it is the government itself which gives permission, and in such cases, no permission would have been granted. But because it's the Chief Minister, the only person who can give permission is the Governor. And the Governor, to my mind, seems to have jumped the gun. He's done it peremptorily. Because the matter itself was being investigated by a commission of inquiry. Nobody waited for the commission of inquiry to return any findings. And the Governor says, look, I can't be satisfied that there could be a clean investigation with anybody appointed by the Chief Minister. I think there are several presumptions made. And of course, the very grant of sanction is now being challenged in the courts. Mr. Pai is right that if the courts find against him, but the courts may or may not find against him on whether the sanction was properly granted or not. If after the grant of sanction is upheld and then an investigation commences and then a charge sheet comes, that's the stage when a call has to be made. Right now, we are being very presumptive and talking. We are jumping the gun if we are asking for resignation.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanjay Hegde, for joining us. You're saying we're asking for a resignation would be like jumping the gun just at this moment. Bhaskar Rao, there are other cases that are pending sanction before the Governor. And in these cases, the Lokayukt has found evidence, including against a minister in the NDA government, former Chief Minister Kumaraswamy. There's a senior BJP MP from Karnataka against whom there is a case. In those 12 matters, the Governor hasn't given sanction. Very quickly, he gives sanction against Siddaramaiah. To anybody who's observing these facts from the outside, it will look as if the Governor is giving sanction in one case, where there's an evidence provided by the Lokayukt, he hasn't given sanction in the other cases.
See, I will tell you, I am not holding any brief for or against the Governor. What I can only tell you is in the present order which the Governor has issued, he has given sanction for investigation under 17A of the Prevention of Corruption Act. He has not given sanction for prosecution. Prosecution comes later. First, it is investigation. Why is Congress party and Siddaramaiah running away from investigation?
No, but where are they running away from an investigation? They've asked for a judicial inquiry to happen, so a probe is happening.
See, when the law has been set into motion in a Lokayukta police station, cases are investigated under the Prevention of Corruption Act. Before they could start their investigation, it is very clear. The Lokayukta, which literally functions under the Chief Minister, dare not take action against the Chief Minister. So the complainant, T.J. Abraham, approaches the Governor and gives a complaint. Now, Governor has issued a 17A under Prevention of Corruption Act, investigate. So why is it that there is so much of protest, anger, saying that you want to run away? So many chief ministers have faced criminal cases and they have come out. Even Narendra Modi as chief minister has come out. Amit Shah has come out.
Syed Abbas, respond to what Bhaskar Rao is saying. He's saying all that the governor has done is he's given permission for an investigation to commence. Another investigation which reports into the chief minister is obviously not something that can be trusted because he has a conflict of interest. So let there be a probe. What's wrong with that? Why is the Congress jumping so much?
I will answer.
Yes.
I will answer.
Bhaskar
Bhaskar, namaskar, sir.
It empowers
So here is the point. May I answer? I'm very glad that Mr. Bhaskar Rao, who's been the former police commissioner of my beautiful city of Bengaluru, mentioned about the Section 17. Respected sir, as per what happened in the Karnataka High Court today. The Honorable Lordship noted a point. Let me read it out to you. I'm very glad that you mentioned of Section 17. But why, sir? Can you please tell me? As per the application of Section 17 of the Prevention of Corruption Act, under which the Chief Minister has been charged, it is missing as noted by the court. Not just that, sir. 13 to 15.
Please read the last paragraph of the governor's notice.
There are pending petitions with
Under
the governor.
17A, it has already been done.
Why, sir, that a nitpicking of sorts have been taken place in the case of Siddaramaiah? Not just that. Let me bring to your notice. Sara Mahesh is your alliance partner of the JDS. GT Devegowda, Manjay Gowda, Vishwanath of your party, sir. Not just him, Ramdas of your party. They're all compensated under the same MUDA scam. So if you say there is a MUDA scam, wouldn't you agree that you are complicit of the crime? All your leaders
let investigation take place, no?
Along with the BJP leaders, Ramadas,
let investigation take place.
Sir, my question is, why the duplicity and hypocrisy? The fact of the matter, we need to understand why is governor acting this way, sir?
Let investigation take place.
Allow me to continue.
Okay, Brajesh Kalappa, what do you think is most likely to happen in the High Court towards the end of the month when this case comes up for hearing again? What the governor is saying is let there be investigation. That's all the governor is saying. Let there be an investigation. Let the facts come out.
No, see, I can tell you as a lawyer that not much is going to come of this of the court proceedings, except that since the governor is a very high constitutional authority, he the court is unlikely to stay the proceedings. That is most likely to happen. But really, what happens in court is immaterial and honestly irrelevant because any political party is trying to make an impact on the electorate. And I think as far as the electorate is concerned, I think everybody in Karnataka is very clear of the fact that Mr. Siddaramaiah has had an untainted 40 years in public life. Now allegations are being made leveled against his wife. Now honestly, like I told you earlier, it's not possible for a person to have, after having not brought much money home, to now say that his wife has been given some property by her brother, to say that no, I'm going to surrender it to government. It's not possible. According to me, sociologically, it's not possible. Politically, it's not possible. Personally, it's not possible.
No, I don't agree with this. No, I don't agree with this argument because Mr. Kalappa's argument is that it's the wife. How can he say anything to his wife? Do you not think, Mr. Pai, it would have been better had Mr. Siddaramaiah offered to give this land back? Say, since these charges have been levelled, let me give this land back at least till this inquiry is completed, let the details be known. It was suggested to him that he should give this land back, and yet at that time he thought that I've done nothing wrong, and over the period of time it's just become bigger and bigger. He could have handled this much better.
Like how he
I agree with you. Like Brajesh Kalappa said, Siddaramaiah has a very long history of politics, and he's been a fairly clean person. All right, he's been a fairly clean person, a very tall leader in Karnataka. He's been in and out, and he's been a finance minister for 10 years. And this was a shock to so many of us when we found that, he denies that his wife knew the land has been acquired, because that is something that nobody can believe. He's a very powerful man. Mysore is a place where he's known all over. And nobody can say his wife's land in the village was taken over and given away as sites. And then we found out, then he did this. I think that is a very tall order. That is not plausible. But we don't know what actually happened, what is the sequence, which requires investigation. whether he should give it back. Well, you know, he could have just said, look, I'll keep it in suspended animation till the whole inquiry happens. It should not move. I got the land, but I'm not going to do anything in the land. I'll be in suspended animation. Let the inquiry clean up my name. And that would have been to his credit as a very tall leader. But I know he's trying to justify, add many things to what happened. Certainly does not do him credit and to the reputation that he has. I think that's the main issue. So
Sayyid Abbas, that's the point. You know, if he put it in suspended animation or donated it to someone till the time the inquiry was completed, it wouldn't have looked so bad. The fact that he tries to brazen this out is what makes his position sticky. Otherwise, there were better ways of dealing with this situation.
The fact of the matter, Rahul, you've been covering politics all your life, and Mr. Pai is absolutely right. He's been a clean man. Over the last 40 years, there's not a single scam or any allegation against Siddaramaiah. Let's be honest. Also, as a matter of fact, Bhaskar Anna has been time and again mentioning not just that his party, BJP, is protesting across the length and breadth of Karnataka. And the leader of opposition, R. Ashok, says when there were allegations against Yediyurappa ji, he resigned. Let me remind my BJP friends, 2011, January, the allegations was on Yediyurappa ji. But when did he resign? After 8 months, August 2011, after a Lokayukta court gave a 1,600-page
Now, Bhaskar Rao, that's the point. There is no direct comparison with the Yediyurappa case because there was a Lokayukt indictment. There was a Lokayukt report against him which found malafide on his part.
Backed evidence. Rahul, 1,600 pages of evidence. So, show me the evidence,
okay.
Mr. Anna.
Mr. Bhaskar Rao.
Before you ask for resignation.
Rahul, when land is acquired by anybody, it is a very wrong message being sent by none less than the Chief Minister that without his knowledge land is acquired. Land is being acquired every day for developmental work. So if thousands of people start taking that argument, God help development. This entire process of acquisition, notification, denotification, though it is full of corruption, a 4-1 notification is sent to the landowner that look, your land is being considered for acquisition. You will be entitled to this compensation. So this argument stating that by mistake or unknowingly it got taken over is
Rajesh Kalappa, that's the point where the argument seems weak. If someone with the kind of stature that Siddaramaiah has turns around and says, I didn't know for very long that MUDA was acquiring this land. Nobody told me. Nobody will buy this argument, you know. If there's a village pradhan and if his land is acquired, everybody will know. And this is the either Chief Minister or former Chief Minister, depending on where Siddaramaiah was at different points in that time graph.
See, I'm making a different point. All I'm saying is that if an honest politician who doesn't create property, if he comes and tells his wife, who's seeing that, you know, the remaining everybody in the political milieu has hundreds of crores of rupees in properties, and then I come and tell my wife as an honest politician, look, your brother has given you some property, you surrender it. I think my wife at least will hit me with a broomstick, right? So if I don't know about anybody else, but at least since I can tell you, I can claim on national television that I have not made a rupee from politics. I can tell you my wife will hit me with a broomstick. So therefore, it's from that point of view that I'm telling you, this argument that, you know, he has to go and surrender the land. Who is he to surrender the land?
Okay, Mohandas Pai, very quick final words. I'm out of time. Sir.
Rahul, she's not an ordinary person. She's the wife of a former Chief Minister, the most powerful person in Mysore district.
Imagine. Right? Now you say, okay, I'm going to give my wife's property also.
No, hang on, Brajesh. Hang on, Brajesh. She doesn't have to offer to surrender. He can always say, there is a charge against me and my wife.
No, why should she
no wife of a politician will take an independent
She's not a public representative.
No,
okay, I think this is best answered in court.
He can say that I will keep it in suspended animation,
correct,
not give back.
I think what Mohandas Pai is saying is quite a sensible solution. You know, that till the time the probe is on, he could have said, I will not touch that land, nothing will happen there. If I lose the case, I give the land back, or he could have donated it to charity, or at least said, I will not touch this land. Let there be a probe and let the investigation results come out. That would have been the proper and fair thing to do, which he didn't do, and now it really becomes a question of public perception and where there are things which are said in favor and said against, and therefore instead of us acting like judge and jury, it's best for the High Court to do its job, and we will report on what comes of it. I want to thank all our guests for joining us. The Kolkata rape and murder horror continues to haunt India, and allegations of a cover-up against West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee continue to explode. The victims' parents have claimed that the cremation of their daughter was done in a hurry. They've also accused the former principal of RG Kar Medical College of being uncooperative.
Over 14 injury marks on her body. Injuries on her vagina, head, neck and lips. Forceful insertion in the vagina. White, thick, viscous liquid inside vagina. And hemorrhage in the lungs. Parents allege Abhaya's body was cremated in a hurry to destroy evidence.
क्रिमिनेशन घाट का बारे में बोलता है, श्मशान घाट के बारे में उधर 3 बॉडी पड़ा हुआ था, लेकिन उसका पहले ही हमारा लड़की का बॉडी जला दिया गया.
The doctor who was raped and murdered at Kolkata's RG Kar Hospital sustained extensive injuries before her death. These are the gut-wrenching revelations in the post-mortem report accessed by India Today. The cause of death has been determined to be manual strangulation associated with smothering. The lawyer representing the victim's family has claimed that she might have been murdered elsewhere and not at the hospital.
सीबीआई को ये शक हुआ है कि मर्डर वहां पर नहीं हुआ, दूसरी जगह पर मर्डर होके बॉडी वहां पर डाल दिया. अगर ये है तो ये बहुत गंभीर बात है.
The lawyer claims more people may be involved in the rape.
डॉक्टर्स ने जिन्होंने पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट देखा, उनका ये ओपिनियन है कि ये अकेला कोई आदमी के लिए करना संभव नहीं है. इसके पीछे जरूर कोई 2-3 आदमी होंगे. तो अस्पताल को जो जिम्मेदारी था, हमारा घर में हमारा बेटी मर गए, तो हमारा कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है.
The parents of the victim are alleging a wider conspiracy behind her murder. They claim that the body of their daughter was cremated in haste, contradicting statements given by the Kolkata police and government.
একটা দুটো ঘটনা যদি কখনো ঘটে আমরা সঙ্গে সঙ্গে অ্যাকশন নিই. আমরা চাই এই ধরনের ঘটনা যাতে না ঘটে, তার জন্য ফাঁসির দাবি করছি, যে দৃষ্টান্তমূলক শাস্তি হোক, যাতে আগামী দিন কেউ এই কাজ করতে সাহস না পায়.
जो क्रिमिनेशन घाट का बारे में बोलता है, श्मशान घाट के बारे में उधर 3 बॉडी पड़ा हुआ था, लेकिन उसका पहले ही हमारा लड़की का बॉडी जला दिया गया. टाइम में तो हम लोग तो क्या बोले, हम लोग तो पूरा चूर हो गया.
The victim's family also questioned why the suicide theory was floated at first.
আবার ফোন করলাম, তখন উনি বললেন আপনারা কি আসছেন? আমি মানে উনি কে ছিলেন? আমি অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্ট সুপার বলছি, আপনার মেয়ে সুইসাইড করেছে.
Why this impression is being created that UD case necessarily means it is a case of suicide? It is not true. Please, the entire population is being made to understand that UD case means suicide. We wanted to make it a case of suicide. It is not true.
The CBI, which has taken over the probe, is ascertaining if there is a bigger conspiracy behind the rape and murder. So far, only one suspect, Sandeep Roy, a civic volunteer hired by the Kolkata police, has been arrested. With Indrajit Kundu and Anupam Mishra in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where I wrap up the news track for tonight. For your time and your trust, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye, good night.